Hiyo haijatosha. No. Lazima kuna mtu mmoja anachukua jukumu, sio? Na yeye alichukua jukumu zaidi kushinda sisi wote. Unajua, some of us we have been provincial administration. Waziri, I'm the one on the floor. I'm the one on the floor. No. Mimi ndo niko hapa na mimi ndo nasema sasa. You know the power of mic, nobody else should talk. The only person who is with the mic is the one to talk. Now, in as much as we have all contributed, providing time for ourselves, putting in A, B, C, D, Waziri has done a lot. We must say that. Na tunakushukuru sana. We faced a lot of challenges, being bashed left, right, and center, name being called, you know, all that. Not everybody can sacrifice and bear that. But he carried the cross on our behalf. We must say thank you. And somebody like me and Waziri, you know, we served in provincial administration during KANU. Mnajua hivyo? Hamjajua? Mimi hamujui? Mimi lazima mjue nilipiga lami sana. And I was a parade commander during my time. He was with me in that squad. We were 37 and I was the only lady in that group. And I was a parade commander. So you can imagine. So anyway, that is a history in itself. Lakini lazima tutayarishe makofi ya gani ya kilo, sio? 1, 2, 3. Asante Waziri. Thank you.
Let me recognize the presence of the chairman of EFP, Economic Freedom Party. You just wave. You can stand and wave. Mzee simama. I also have seen Dr. Dahie Dada MP. I have seen Dr. Mheshimiwa Captain Obo Rueda from Lamu, Women Rep Rueda. Okay, that's the Somali way. I have seen Governor Jir. I have seen aspiring Governor Marsabit Kelo Arsama, aspiring MP Moyale, Professor Jaldesa. Anybody I've left out? Thank you. Let me invite Mheshimiwa Elmi.
Assalamu alaikum. Mine is very little. One is to remind ourselves at the beginning when we met what we said, that our problems are huge. We've always supported political parties with the other regions' basis. So we wanted a national party that comes from our region by virtue of the uniqueness of that region. And we said the part of the uniqueness of our region is that you can be elected on any party. You actually, not this like these other places where if you are not in this party, you're out. So we are unique because our communities elect us. So we said, let's form, and we know that there is very few will be unopposed, and therefore we need a number of parties. But we said those parties will be all Northern Kenya-based parties. Today, at least, we have 2 of them. We have EFP and we have UPIA with I. And UPIA with Y up. The history, I think Senator Lulu explained it. A few of us were a bit skeptical, saying you cannot have names which look similar. You might be, but again, the view of the fact that we should have a strong party came, and then the others were not coming on board as fast as we wanted. That's the reason. I've heard people here saying, I'm aspirant for one constituency, then another one said I'm aspirant, and I can see, let's say there are 2 or 3 aspirants for one constituency or one county here. And if we do not want any of them to go to UDA or ODM or Jubilee, then we must have under UPIA these parties. So the decision that you have to make today is UPIA with I, that has to have the NDC this week, that has been said. We have EFP chairman, he will come and tell us where the party is. All of them have reserved the executive positions for each of the counties that we come from. So people, unfortunately, we could not contact for this meeting, the governor of West Pokot, but we have sat with him. He's 100% willing to give out the executive positions for all the counties in northern Kenya. So that's another party. So at least we have assured of 3, which I think is a good start. But we look at the coalition, and Fatuma Dula will tell us how long, within what window do we have to form that coalition agreement and finish with it, so that we can form with other coalitions. So I'll leave it there. But just remember, it's a brilliant idea. I can assure you, when I was in Oxfam, we were trying to help pastoralists have a political voice. I went to Parliament 10 years, we've been trying to do it. At least now, we are close to it. And nothing comes for free. Even if it means us calling our business people together, if the election laws still allow, we must get money and make sure that those parties are working. In my view, if we fail this time, I don't think we'll succeed another time. Finally, I just want to say 2 things. Today you have heard Al-Shabaab, what they did in Mandera. I think that's something we should totally condemn. And we need more, more strategies for defeating those shaitans. Call them Al-Shaitan, they're not called Al-Shabaab anymore. The other one that I want to mention, that I believe those seated here we can do something, is Marsabit. A slow genocide is going on with our brothers. 2 are killed today, 3 are killed tomorrow, 1 family, the next family, and us who are their brothers, we have left it to them. So those people who are not from Marsabit who are here, after this we should meet, even if it means camping in Marsabit ourselves until that thing is solved. We should not leave it to the Marsabit people. It is slow genocide. What are we saying? We are saying we want to make our people better. And we are allowing our brothers to kill each other. We allow these shaitans to come and kill our people. We must rise and say no. And therefore, I challenge all of us who come from other counties that we must do something about Marsabit. Thank you very much.
Let me invite Governor Najib.
Hamjambo. My name is Ahmed Abdullahi, former governor of Wajir. I'm here as a friend of UPIA, and I'm here in solidarity with my brother, who has put a lot of effort into this initiative, and also because of the respect that I have for the people who are here. I'm myself in ODM, and I think a lot of you know that. But the fact of the matter is we're all in Azimio, and the way we play our politics in our counties is that you can't really lock out people because they have not found a vehicle. You have 2 competing forces, and we would want to maintain both forces within the house. So for us in Azimio, and from that region, we see this as a safety net for those that we want to keep in the house. If the first choice goes to UPIA and the second one is ODM, or vice versa, wote tunapigia baba. Kwa hivyo, and I think this is a good initiative. And for me, hata sasa niko na watu 2 MPs in a constituency. Where do you take them? You can't tell them ati wewe umeshindwa kwa nomination baki. That only works around here. In our places, it doesn't work. So I want to be able to tell them, both of you, hata governors, kuna wale ambaye tuna compete. Mimi nikiwa ODM, kuna mwenzangu pia anajenga Raila. So I'll tell him, tafadhali wewe ingia upya badala kwenda malingine, tukue inside the house. Kwa hivyo mimi niko hapa kama rafiki yenu na kama rafiki ya waziri, and I wish you well. Asante. Thank you.
Umeambia ukuje uingie. Governor Nadhif Jama.
Assalamu alaikum. Mine will be very, very brief. It's just to say that I'm extremely happy with where we are today. I remember when we first came together with Waziri about several months back, we started talking about this initiative. Indeed, and where we are today is really a lot of progress. And I want to join my voice also with that of Senator Dulo and those who spoke before me, that even though we all contributed to this effort, but we must indeed thank our able minister, Brother Ukur Yatani, for his great role in this matter. He has given it a lot of effort, he has given his heart into this matter, and for all the good reasons. I think why UPIA has been discussed at length. I won't repeat that. Why we need this vehicle, why we need this structure. The value proposition has been mentioned very well. So I think really we are celebrating. This is indeed a good journey. We really feel at home. And we are bound to feel at home. We must feel at home. It's ours, it's our own. We can manage it the way we want. You know, we run the way we want. It couldn't be better than that. So I think mine is to say we are all at home, karibuni nyote. We should all feel at home and indeed be proud of what we have as our own. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am also a friend of UPIA because I belong to EFP, which is a sibling of UPIA. Which one am I using? Which is a sibling of UPIA. And sooner or later, I think we shall do what is needed to be done. I just want to tell you a little about EFP, although the chairman is here, how it was formed, because it is something similar to this. During last election, in a place called Mandera, there was a lot of competition, very stiff competition for almost every seat. And when the big brothers like Jubilee were there, and when we realized that the big brother was tilting towards the all incumbents, then those of us who were freshers, with the help of our brother here, Hassan Cyril, decided to form a party called EFP 3 months to elections. And today, I'm proud to say that we have 5 members of parliament seated there as EFP. Only the senator and the governor, something happened, the 54% and something happened. Otherwise, it is like when you are staying in other people's party and when you are within your own party, it is like leaving a rented house and you have just constructed your new house and moved into the new house. You know the mood. When you have just moved your first new house, it is like that. So Move forward, no backward. Finally, I want to say a little about the insecurity. We have very serious insecurity in this country. Today, a bus that was traveling from Mandera to Arabia was blown off. Over almost 10 people died, even goats died. The bus, you know, our normal buses, Matatu there, carries almost everything, the goats, the milk and everything. Even so many goats died in that bus. It is very unfortunate. There are more than 7 people who are critically injured also. Over 10 died. And these things happening in this country all the time. We condemn it very seriously, and we tell the government this is enough. Enough is enough. We cannot be facing these situations day in, day out. We cannot. And therefore, since our movements, our parties are pro-government, we want our voices to be heard by the government more than the opposition voices. Also internally, we have problems internally. 2 weeks ago, 2 boys from Marsabit, one from Marsabit and one from Wajir, one of them who was a police officer, were traveling. They were abducted. The police officer's body was found 3-4 days later at a place called Iten, and they were abducted in Isiolo area, Isiolo Mero Junction. And the body was found in Iten 3 days thereafter. The other boy, who is also an aspirant under UPIA, in the Golbo ward of Moyale, is up to today missing, dead or alive. We want the government to bring that boy, either dead or alive. Thank you.
Waziri wetu wa fedha, CS, Senator wa bunge na members of dignitaries, hamjambo. Kwa jina mimi naitwa Isaac Hassan. I'm the National Chair for Economic Freedom Party, and I'm actually I'm privileged to be here, and I'm happy to witness the birth of actually one of our sibling, Opia. And I wanted to say this, just to add a little bit to what Mheshimiwa said. When we came up with the idea of Economic Freedom Party, other than the political aspect, we also wanted to solve the local clan issue. We wanted to convert the clans, because we always have insecurity related to clanism. We wanted to convert that and all of us to identify ourselves with one thing, a political party. And we did that with the help of Mheshimiwa Hassan Cyril and other leaders, and not forgetting our famous Council of Elders. We succeeded. Actually, it was formed 4 months before general elections. We managed to secure, of course, 5 members of parliament and over 30 MCS, with all of them from Mandera County. That is actually a big achievement. The very little political party that had such achievement within such a short period. And truly speaking, if it was not for because of our partner, by now we'll have been among the biggest members of the biggest boys club as far as the political party is concerned. The reason why we are this time a bit silent is because within our partnership with Jubilee, truly speaking, we are somehow mistreated, and they have not honored and appreciated our partnership. But for us, guided by our faith, we remain truthful to our partnership. That's why today you see our members of parliament always stand side by side with Jubilee, and they've always been basically supporting the government to the best of their ability. Having said that, forming a political party, yes, is very easy, especially during this time. But maintaining it, it's one thing. So it requires a lot of resources, a lot of dedicated leaders and time. So what I can be able to say to urge you, all of you, is basically to support your leader and sacrifice your time and resources to the party. Because if you have your party, you'll never go wrong. For those of us who speak Borana language, we say, long ken kena, kena kisuma ken. Yes, what it means is simply, if I translate, is that, okay, that usually if you have a village, everybody, okay, you have 10 cows, 20 cows, 30 cows. When you contribute, we said, okay, hizi ni ng'ombe zetu. Lakini at the end of the day, individually, we will say, hizi ndo zangu. That's what it means. If I try to explain it, I'm sorry if I didn't do it. Maybe Waziri will be able to help me later on when he get opportunity. I'm saying this, actually, truly speaking, I tried to reach to Waziri some time back when this political coalition fever has not even started in Kenya. Because I had a dream, I thought the best thing for Northern Kenya is to have a political party, not one political party like EFP alone, but basically a group of political parties from different regions so that we can be able to support one another and move in one direction. Unfortunately, it didn't go very well. Nevertheless, it's not too late. At this time, we can be able to say, I'm still committed. Our party is still committed to that, so long as we get a honest partner. Not because we do not want to go through what we had last time. So I believe we can be able to have a truthful and open discussion for us to be able to be able to move forward and be able to achieve something together. With that, I wanted to say thank you very much, and may God help you all and all of us. And thank you so much.
Leaders, we have a very important person in this tent, the chairman of Boda Boda Association of Kenya, with more than 1 million Boda Boda members. Hawajakuona vizuri, is called Kevin Mbadi. He's the national chairman of Boda Boda Association, and we work with him in the Boda Boda Foundation. With that, I want to reinvite again the minister to be able to take us through the program, and then after that we can open plenary. Then also rain is coming. The weathermen have said it might rain. We have our tea which is outside here.
Well, I'm really sorry. It was not my desire to monopolize this discussion, but I was more or less, I felt maybe we were taking more time on those remarks when you have an agenda before us. I don't know that you have the agenda for today. You have, isn't it? Yeah. I think, yeah, please. Basically, what you have before you is just for some quick decision making. Number one, we had remarks from myself. Also, other leaders came in. We were looking at the current status of OPIA Coalition Party. This one we spelled before you that the coalition agreement is ready. So, as a first step, I want to tie it with number two, the OPIA Party. The OPIA Party is registered. We are still looking for opportunity to cooperate with the officials. So we want to encourage every individual, the leaders that we've been working with, please join that party. And we were proposing that for some convenience, just a proposal from one of us, that the Secretary General comes from Garissa, the organizing secretary comes from Muranga. I think Joe is already here. You know, he's been, and then the chair comes from Samburu, the treasurer comes from Siolo, along very many other positions. But that is a decision that I want us to, the Garissa people, please sit together and tell us who will be your preferred nominee to the interim official. If you are not comfortable with the position of Secretary General, just say wherever you want to go. We were thinking maybe the position of deputy party leader goes to Wajir, the party leader maybe Marsabit or any other place, whichever you decide. But these particular regions, I mean counties, please sit and nominate one person with gender in mind, with the diversity that we have in mind. We have diversity of clans, we have diversity of regions, we have different counties, so that our 11 initial counties will have a slot in the top positions of this county, of this party. We want to make this decision latest by tomorrow, by Wednesday. We are expecting feedback from you, the Garissa people, the Mandera people. Mandera, because we have an executive director already with us, we were looking at first deputy chairperson. But, subject to discussion. We just want an interim officials to enable us make progress on this. Number two, on the allied parties, we want, because you have the coalition and you have the parties UPIA with I, the interim officials by Wednesday. Now we come to the allied parties. One of it is EFP. We are extending an invitation to you, the chair of EFP. Please make a decision as to whether you want to join UPIA, their coalition. If you do that, then you will be expected to nominate the coalition leaders, whether 2, 3 people. UPIA with I will also nominate the same number. And then COOP is Kenya something, I don't know, the West Pokot. Lonyangapu and the group have expressed interest to join our coalition. So we'll reach out to them to nominate their own leaders, so that now the coalition will have one coalition that's going to sit and agree on this informal interim structure, where one day we deal with, the next day we deal with UPIA, the coalition. EFP can deal with their party at its own time. But we'll also going to have one coalition called UPIA with Y, and to be coordinated from here for the time being. So we extend invitation to you, EFP. Number 3, we were also looking at the party alignment with the amendment, the current law. We thought maybe one of us will get an opportunity. Maybe, I don't know, that Abdul, you can get an opportunity, and Senator Dolo and any member of parliament who is here at the National Assembly, because you had actually processed it, digested it, you're in a better position to tell us what it entails. Do you have any fear? How do you want us to move from there? But I want to later on now give you an opportunity to tell us how we are going to now align ourselves with the new law. Number 4, we are planning to hold a National Delegates Conference as UPIA with I. EFP, we also encourage you to have, and the rest. I think COOP already had it, but UPIA with I, those ones who have expressed interest to join that party, we want to convene a National Delegates Conference in the next maximum 10 days. If you have questions, if you have input, I think, I just put a cocktail of items to you, then now you can contribute at your own time. Number 5, we also intend to have a meeting with all our MCAs, serving MCAs at an appropriate time. This will actually also happen in the next 1 week. And we are going to operate from here. This will be a headquarters. We'll just have our own tea, convene meeting with all the sitting MCAs. Number 5, we also want, as a subset, we'll also call for a day when we are going to invite all political aspirants for various positions. Whether you want to run for governor, Senate, National Assembly, MCA, we want to have a meeting so that now we can give you guidance on how you're going to join the party and also the coalition. Number 6, we are proposing to have an outreach program to the counties where we are going to look at open respective offices, county offices. And we've asked leadership in every county to make an effort to open their own office, so that now when we come for the outreach program, we'll open those offices. But we also agreed to have town hall meetings where we are going to explain to people who we are and what we intend to do. I think basically those are areas. Now when you get an opportunity, you may contribute on all those. We have not fixed any dates, but we are looking at a period of 2 weeks maximum to have meeting with the MCAs, to have meeting with aspirants, to also have an NDC. I think now you can take off from here and explain. Yeah. I've just been reminded by Senator Dulo that our party, particularly UPI, the United Party of Independent Alliance, is almost 100% compliant. It's 92% compliance, and the remaining bit was actually opening of offices in 24 counties. We know we want to thank Nadif and the group and Abdul in a very special way, because they've already led the way by opening an office in Garissa. They also volunteer who has opened an office in Mombasa. We have an office here. Muranga, I think we already have it. Joe has already, he has. The other one was Nyeri. Nyeri also have an office. But we now also want to encourage you. Please open party offices, and it's very urgent. I think I want to stop there. Now when you contribute, look at the issue of the OPIA, the party, the interim officials, your proposal, the allied parties, who are they, and what will be the obligation on their part, whether we are fully aligned to the new law, the issue of NDC, the issue of meeting MCAs, and also meeting the aspirants. I think you can contribute along those lines. Thank you very much. Since you're already here, you may take the floor.
Assalamu alaikum. Bajam maneno yote yalisemekana. So hata mimi sijui niseme nini. I think today is a great day for us as OPIA family. You know, when we started this journey, many people thought that OPIA will not live past the corridors of where we started. But at least today we are thankful to God that OPIA is the new kid on the block. In fact, it's attracting so much attention that you cannot imagine the number of calls we receive about people inquiring about OPIA. And I think we are home. We welcome you all to OPIA. I think I'm among the first people who really, bought the idea of OPIA. When they took to abuse OPIA at the fall of the house, I was among the people who defended OPIA. You will only know what it involves when you are an elected representative. As people from the region, from this pastoral region, we have decided that what some of the elected members of parliament or senators or governors have gone through. So I think OPIA here is where we should be. The decision, please do it as soon as possible. Be in OPIA, whether you are going to be interested in the sibling or the sister parties, whether you will be in Upia with I, A, we have, a big choice to choose from. So I welcome you all to Upia. Let's move together. These things has been tried, but for one reason or the other, I'm sure it has not come to fruition. But we are happy today that Upia is finally born. We need to move together. We need to be here. And I think in the future, this is where the future belongs. Thank you very much. Na tunataka kushukuru kabisa Waziri Ukur Yatani. You know, when he started this idea, many people believed that this was going to be just another thinking by the pre-thought about the idea of having a regional party. But I'm sure, alhamdulillah, finally, people are believing it. People know that it is doable, that as a region, we can move together, we can discuss our interests, because we have got unique challenges and unique characteristics as a region. So I think this is where we need to be. Thank you very much.
I have seen there's a lot of movement. Is there any burning question? And also, you know, it is Asr for the Muslims. So, and there's also cocktail and there's rain coming. I am seeking your indulgence. Do you think we can do a final closing remarks, and then we go for tea and prayers? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Mheshimiwa Abdul, please do remarks. Okay. I think we should close with a word of prayer. But also the presence, I would like to recognize the presence of Professor Omar, MP for Abaswein, is with us also here. Wajir South. But anyway, Abaswein is a bigger town there, so sorry for that. So I think, thank you so much for coming. You have heard what has been said. Lala, fikiria, na alafu ufanye uamuzi wako. Thank you so much and most welcome. Karibuni kwa cocktail tafadhali. Kuna chai, kuna kila kitu hapa. Tafadhali karibuni. Hiyo naweza swali naweza kumjibu akiniuliza. Karibu.